First battle. A howl from the opposing army. Swords thudded against shields. Thunder beat in unison. Hearts pounded. I gripped my sword and braced the shield against my shoulder. Giddy tendrils raced through my gut and chest. A wild grin broke upon my face. I began to bounce, knees spring-like, standing on toes. A racehorse in the gate. A wild shout went up to my left. I turned to see a wiry warrior clad in sparkling scale and a green cape, carrying a coffin-shaped shield. He strode the front of our lines, turned to our enemies, and threw insults against them. "Cowardly vermin of Trimaris, prepare to die!" He shook his sword, and our army let out a cackling howl. Goosebumps spread across arms and belly. I thudded the butt of my rattan sword on the inside of the shield. Our lines advanced. The enemy continued drumming their shields, and likewise strode forward. Full of adrenaline, eyes wide with awe, muscles tense as steel, I approached my first battle, almost forgetting that none of this was real. No one would die. No one would kill. This was my introduction to the SCA, or the Society for Creative Anachronism. The SCA is a collection of oddballs who dress in medieval clothing, strap on armor, and beat each other with wooden swords. They also dance, sing, and create works of art. The group is a collection of outlandish creatives, hyper-intelligent geeks, talented artists, Hamish performers, history buffs, academics, poets, social misfits, and folks who simply refuse to succumb to the drudgery of being normal. I was a member for nearly 10 years and loved every minute. The heart of the SCA is the weekend event, an affair that revolves around a number of semi-historic activities, usually held at a state park. Typically, a battle or tournament is the centerpiece of the event. My first battle was small by today's standards. Each army had only 100 people. The group now hosts battles which involve thousands of participants. The largest is held annually in Pennsylvania in August and is known as the Pennsic War. As the Pennsic example implies, SCA groups and events are spread throughout the United States. In fact, the group is growing internationally, especially in Europe. There are also groups in Japan and Korea. The SCA divides the U.S. and the world into a patchwork of regional organizations called kingdoms. Georgia, for example, is part of the Kingdom of Meridies, which also includes Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi. North and South Carolina are the Kingdom of Atlantia. California is in the West Kingdom. Each kingdom is further divided into local groups called baronies or shires. The function of local groups is to host events, welcome newcomers, and teach medieval skills. Skills include arts such as calligraphy, jewelry making, woodworking, and costuming. Craft arts such as armoring and blacksmithing. Performing arts such as medieval dancing and singing. And martial arts such as hand-to-hand fighting and archery. Most groups host a weekly business meeting and various guild meetings to practice these arts. Since I joined, the organization has expanded tremendously and is now a full-fledged counter-society with its own government, a monarchy with rulers chosen by combat, its own economy, some members make a full-time living selling their art, and its own social system, a system of titles, clans, knights, and nobles. Every member of the SCA develops an alternate persona, a medieval character they become during events. The combined effects are stunning. At times, I felt I'd been transported back in time. My first SCA battle produced all the nerves, all the excitement, all the intensity of entering a real battle, pounding heart and manic energy and fear of being killed. For some, the SCA is an exercise in living history. Many members are meticulous researchers, accomplished experts in a chosen discipline of history. Others join the group for its unique social characteristics, its embracement of eccentricity, its community and camaraderie. But for me, the SCA was an act of jubilant defiance, an enthusiastic refusal to surrender to tedium. I did not, and do not, want to abandon the creative flow of childhood. I am convinced that play, fantasy and creativity for its own sake, is a deep and profound human need, one we, as adults, must nurture and maintain. Play is not an escape, it is a celebration. Play is the essence of creativity. We, as adults, for the sake of our happiness and our souls, should rediscover it. Hello, welcome to the vocabulary lesson for first battle. Let's begin. First, we see the word howl, a howl from the opposing army. A howl is similar to a scream or a yell. Oh, that's a howl, or ah, that's also a howl. So a howl is a scream or a yell. Okay, and we see the word thudded. Thudded here is being used as a verb. The noun, thud, is a sound. It's a heavy, low sound like this. That is a thud, noun. If you make that sound, then we call that thudding or to thud. So I thudded my hand against the desk. All right, next we see in unison. In unison. In unison means together, together at the same time. Two people or more doing the same thing at the same time. We say in unison, in unison, in unison. We see the word giddy in the first paragraph. Giddy means nervous and excited. Giddy, giddy. Giddy means nervous and excited. It means nervous, but usually nervous about something good. Nervous about something fun. You might be giddy before Christmas because you will get some gifts. So giddy. Giddy means nervous and excited. Next paragraph, we see the word wiry. It's spelled W-I-R-Y, but in fact, we say it with 3 syllables. Y-er-ry. Wiry. Wiry. Wiry means thin with muscles. It means a person who has muscles, okay, so they're a little bit strong, but they're also very thin. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor of my state, California. Arnold Schwarzenegger is not wiry. He's not. He has very, very big muscles. A wiry person has smaller muscles, and they're very thin. They have no fat. No fat. Jackie Chan is wiry. Jackie Chan. Jet Li is wiry. Wiry. Okay, we see the phrase goosebumps. Goosebumps. Goosebumps are the little bumps on your skin when you are afraid or nervous or excited. I think in Japan they say chicken bumps sometimes, some other countries, but we say goose. Goose is an animal. It's like a big duck. So goosebumps, the little bumps on your skin when you're nervous or cold or scared. All right. We see the verb to advance. To advance. In this case, to advance means move forward, move straight ahead, move forward, to advance, to advance. The army's advanced means the army's moved forward. All right, in the next paragraph, we see the word adrenaline. Adrenaline. Adrenaline is a chemical from your body. Adrenaline is a chemical in your body. Adrenaline is a hormone, a chemical in your body. When you are afraid or excited, your body makes adrenaline. Adrenaline makes you want to run away or fight. So when you feel very excited, you have a lot of energy, it's because you have adrenaline in your body, in your blood. All right, we see the word awe here. A-W-E. Awe. It's pronounced awe. 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 You don't actually say a W sound. There's not awa. No, it's awe. And awe means surprise, amazement. You feel like, oh, wow, amazing, incredible, wow. That feeling we call awe. Awe. And the word awesome comes from this short word, awe. Okay, next paragraph we have the word Oddballs. An oddball is a person who is a little strange. So odd, O-D-D, means a little strange, but that's an adjective. Oddball is a noun. It describes it refers to a person. An oddball is a person who is odd. An oddball is a person who is a little strange. Oddball, a strange person, strange person. We see the word medieval in that paragraph. Medieval is a period of history. It's a time in history, in European history. Medieval, the medieval history period was about 500 AD to about 1500 AD. So knights and armor. You know, you've seen movies about King Arthur, Braveheart. Those are medieval movies. That's a medieval time period. Medieval. All right, we see the word outlandish in this paragraph. Outlandish means kind of dramatic and creative and a little crazy. But not crazy like on the street, living on the street crazy. Crazy and fun. Very loud and fun. For example, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is an outlandish person. If you see Jim Carrey's comedy movies, right, he's always yelling and screaming and yeah! He acts kind of crazy, but it's very fun, very funny. That's outlandish. Outlandish. So outlandish means kind of crazy and fun. We see the word hamish here, hamish performers. Hamish means too dramatic, too strong. And hamish, really, we use it to describe an actor or an actress. Say, oh, she is a ham, or she is hamish. A ham is a noun. Hamish is an adjective. If we say she's hamish, it means, oh, her acting is too strong, too much. All right, we see the word buff here. B-U-F-F. A buff, a history buff. A buff is a fan, someone who likes some kind of field or discipline, someone who likes to study something or do something, especially studying something. So for example, here we have a history buff is a person who loves to study history. It's their hobby. If we have a train buff, it means they love to study trains and learn about trains. Right? So a buff, you can put anything in front of it. A train buff, a car buff, a motorcycle buff, a history buff. Okay, we see the word misfits here. Misfit. A misfit is someone who does not fit in with society, with the social group. So a misfit, someone who's basically not normal. Someone who doesn't fit with normal society, doesn't fit with the normal culture. We call that kind of person a misfit. It could be positive, it could be negative. It depends on the situation. But a misfit does not fit in, does not belong with the normal group. Next, we have the word drudgery. Drudgery means very boring work. Difficult and boring work, but especially boring. Drudgery, drudgery, drudgery. Many students think that studying English is drudgery. Oh, it's boring and difficult work. That's what students sometimes say, right? They're using textbooks. They use normal methods. They say, oh, this is drudgery. Drudgery. Drudgery, difficult, boring work. Drudgery. Drudgery. Okay, next paragraph, we see the phrase, revolves around. Revolves around. Revolves around means it's the center of the event. It's the most important thing. So we say, the event revolves around a tournament or a fight. It means the fight is the most important part of the event. The event revolves around a fight. The event revolves around a battle. It means the battle's in the middle. It's the most important part of the event. All right, and centerpiece is the same idea. We also see the word centerpiece in that paragraph. It's the same meaning. It means it's the most important thing. It's at the center.